My name's Louise Randall and I'm a UK expat living in Thailand. I'm married to a Thai man and we just recently built our house in Chiang. Right, an update on since we've tidied up a bit. So now you can see it's beginning to look like a home. Oh, these little things. Yes, the Christmas tree's got to come down today, but I was very happy to get that. And my desk, very messy. The kitchen, which is only a temporary kitchen. When we built outside, a lot of these things would go out there. Yeah, lucky we have a TV unit now for the TV, and we've got another wardrobe, so I'm happy. I put all my clothes in there. I'm going to take you outside into the garden and show you the changes that are taking place here. There's my husband is watering his plants. He loves his plants very much. We are going to build up that area there. There's some cementing to go at the back at some point. When we get that arranged, we've first got to build the threshold of the gate. So that the builder wants to build the threshold of the gate first. Then he's cementing up that end there, and then cementing this area here for us and building a parking area at this end of this section, so in this place. And I think the work is starting next week, so that's quite good. Yeah, that's what's happening at the moment. There'll be a roof that will extend that one, that problem roof there, which the architect has made too short. The drips of water on the ground there, that comes off the roof, and that basically means when it rains heavily, all these steps are wet because the roof doesn't come out far enough to protect and keep us dry. So our new builder, who's a local man called Tam, who did the walls for us, he made these lovely walls here. He's going to extend that roof out, connect it with the parking roof, which will be in this area here. So the parking will be at least a foot higher than where it is now, and then we'll have maybe 2, maybe 3 steps there in line with the other steps. So we haven't figured out the detail yet, and because we don't want to ruin the way the house looks, yet we still need shelter for the steps. It's going to be a bit tricky. I think we have to change the shape here. We have to bring the parking out probably along that line there. We can extend that roof, so that roof should extend along the line of the house until it meets the parking roof, which we're not sure yet, but it might be that the parking roof is angled like that, so it's lower at the back, higher at the front, and it's got to be big enough for the car. So the line of the step is probably the edge of the actual parking with a roof, and then here we'll have parking without a roof. You look at the driveway, my goodness, how long it is, and you think about the rain in the winter. We have to cement this area. We've got to, it's impossible to not do it really. And here, this was originally meant to be the parking. Yeah, it's just no good because of the height. Look at that angle and height. You can't make that turn. You could probably get a motorbike up there, but it's no good for a car, especially not the truck. So we've decided that this is going to be a really nice sort of family eating outside area with a table at this front section here. And what we'll have is, hopefully we will have some steps here. This section we're going to have it lit, so it's a clear roof, and it will actually be under that white lintel there, so it'll be underneath it. So it'll be clear this side, and then when we get to about the midsection here, we're not exactly sure where, we're going to start having a dark roof, and the reason for that is because this is going to be our outside kitchen here. We don't want it to be too hot in the summer when we're cooking. So if you look at the cement path that the original architect made, you can see that it is not level, not even remotely level. Well, I suppose the good thing is that water will run away from the house and not collect on the path. But it's even more noticeable when you look at the wheels of the Era, which is extremely wobbly when it's on this area, because the path is so uneven. But getting back to the plan, so there'll be an outside kitchen here. The washing machine will be there. Thankfully, I'll be glad when it's out of the kitchen. There'll be a sink next to it, which unfortunately, because the architect didn't allow for, even though we told him what we were doing, he didn't put a water pipe here. We've got to break into the wall there, into the kitchen's water supply, and bring water out here for the washing machine and for the sink. So that's another job that's got to be done. It does, I tell you, it really does make a difference if you can be on site when the builders are building. Unfortunately, we weren't able to be. Now, all of this area here, majority of it's going to be cemented. Another problem we've got, if you look here, because this is a thin surface layer of cement that the original architect put on, and the water tank is extremely heavy, and it's broken all the way along the wall, even to the point of having a really nice big crack there. So it's become more urgent to move this. This was never meant to stay here. This was temporary because we had a problem with the water supply cutting out often, and we needed a tank. So we got the tank put there temporarily, and we've been waiting to get a new water pipe from the main road, cement this area and move the tank here. Now, this is the current water supply, which we don't want anymore. We want to change it and have a good quality water supply that doesn't go on our neighbour's land. So basically there's many steps to do before we can cement the kitchen, before we can cement this concrete and stop it cracking anymore. The water pipe is going to come up the drive. This is the corner of our land. So this is the driveway here to that post and all the way down here. Now, it's very difficult to see the post of our land in here. It's like, you know, it's quite deep in the ground. And look at this, it's really bad at the moment. The truck can get up okay. Right, so somewhere in there, there is the land post there. So that's the post, that is the corner of the property that we own. So it's right inside, I'll show you again, it's right inside there. That is the post. So imagine that tree is the line. If I go out onto the road, and you can see that we've got to make a line from that tree to the cement post. That is our fence. So that's what we've got to create. Now, you could, you know, in an ideal world, if you knew your neighbours and you were friendly, you could probably say, oh, you won't bother. And perhaps you wouldn't. But the problem that we've got here is this is now for sale. The loan company that took over this property from the young man that he borrowed 80,000 from them. Oh, I don't know how many years ago, 80,000 or something. And he couldn't make the payments during the COVID when everything went down, and the company took to court and they made the charge. He had to pay 300,000. We had no money, so he couldn't pay that. And then they've now taken it from him through the court. He has no rights to this property at all. It's theirs now, and they've put it on the market for 690,000. So that is what can happen in Thailand. Be very careful. Do not borrow money from a loan company. because this can be the end of your happy life. But because this property will probably be demolished at some time in the future, when someone does decide to buy it, they're going to want to build on it. So at that point, they're going to be coming up here if we're not careful. And I mean, once we cement this and make it strong, because we will cement our driveway, we won't do the full width of it, we'll do enough for a car to go along. Once we do it, I will not want big cement trucks and builders trucks coming up here, because they're going to break down the new driveway. So, and it's interesting that if you look at the neighbours, you see we're waiting to get a new pipe like that put here, right on our land, and if you look here, said hello to that lady as well, but I didn't. Right, if you look here, this cement is really good, isn't it? This is all we need. We don't need anything fancy, and we might do like they've done and stop it halfway. So this is perfect, and neat and tidy. But once you've done it, you don't want big heavy cement trucks coming up and down to build somebody's house. So we want to put our wall up before they start working on their land. That's simply because we don't have a lot of money. We really don't. We can't afford to do this. We can only afford to do little bits here and there, and we do a little bit when we can. All of my spare cash I had has been put into the house. So from now on, we've got to look after what we have. We won't build a wall here because the neighbours have built this, not built it, but they've planted all these plants. And we put this little boundary here so that we could sort of identify where our land was, which it might not be perfect, but you know, it's okay. It's enough of a boundary, we can put our plants in there. The first job we're going to do will be to dig a trench all the way up the driveway to put in a water pipe. We need the man from the village to do that connection for us, and he said he will. So we're waiting for Tam to get a little mini digger to dig this trench, and then we're going to lay the new pipe, and the village man, the waterman, is going to come and put in a new connection to the mains. And then once that's in, we'll have to try to protect it with a makeshift bamboo fence or something to stop people driving over it. We just bought some what is called gekwe. These plants here, they're little yellow flowers, make a really lovely tea. You can have it hot or cold with honey in it. It's really yummy. So yeah, so that is what's happening in the garden at the moment. We've got, as you can see, we've got banana trees. This is called jackfruit, this tree here, and I absolutely love jackfruit, and it's one of those fruits that I think vegetarians like to make it curry with, because it's kind of got a texture that's a bit firmer. It's not meat, but you know, it has a firmness about it. There's another jackfruit there, and we've got some papaya trees growing, so we've got quite a few bananas. This is a jackfruit as well. I'm going to put the pond here. So we started planning it because, you know, it's fun. You know, you do these things because you enjoy them, don't you? So we started planning where the cement will go at the base. Yes, it is a big pond. So, and some of these plants will be planted in the ground eventually, and some will still stay on some sort of wood post like this in a Japanese style garden with some stones on the ground. But at the moment they're just sitting around where you can snip at them and trim them. This bonsai and my husband's bonsai, look, there he is, concentrating on his little baby blueberry plants. He's got seeds of blueberries. Let's have a look at those. Look at the blueberries. Look at that, little baby blueberry seeds. Okay, so now this is my pride and joy. I love this red flowered tree. Look at that. That was I think it was 2,000 baht, which is about £40. Now you can see, maybe £50. You can see how big it is. I mean, it's absolutely huge. And we only planted it about a month ago. No, 2 months ago maybe. It's in full flower now. It's absolutely gorgeous. And this one has a beautiful purple flower, and this also, this was 1,500 I think, and it's come alive again. It's going to bloom soon, and it's very healthy, and that was about £40. Yeah, these orchids here are stunning. You can get them for about £1. It costs about £1 to buy these. £2 if you want bigger ones. And this plant here, absolutely stunning plant, cost 100 baht, believe it or not. Look at it, it's absolutely beautiful. Now that's about £2.50, and I wish we'd bought a dozen of them, because I couldn't believe how cheap it was. But anyway, a lot of these trees my husband has been growing for a long time in the old house in Don Mueang, and he's transported them here ready to put in the garden. So this is the culmination of many years' work for him. What is this one, Tuk? What is this tree here?
Mangosteen.
That's mangosteen. Oh yes, you did tell me that. Mangosteen, the queen of fruits. Beautiful. And what did we put here? Can you remember? Is this... Wait.
Avocado.
Avocados. Oh, we have a lot of avocado trees as well, because I love avocado. Okay, it's a bit sunny this side. A lot of sunshine this side. And although it's cool weather, you still do have to protect yourself from Chiang sunshine midday, because it can give you a sunburn. So you look after yourself. Some more orchids here, and some vegetable plants waiting to go in once we've got somewhere to put them. Now this is the job I'm doing today, taking some stones that are lying around the garden. It's quite hard, taking that and pushing it over here in this corner, because we're going to build up this area and put a family shrine here. So the family shrine where you come and put offerings. Thai people have these in their garden, so we're going to have ours here. We're going to build a nice little path with some plants along there, and there's going to be a storage place here, and then perhaps we're going to have some chickens in this area. I'm not sure. Right, I've finished in the garden now. I'm too tired to do any more. I'm going to have some lunch nearby. It's a chicken curry soup shop. It's really yummy. 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, 2 minutes drive. So I'm going to go there and eat. And then maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll have to buy some new trousers for my new job here, teaching kindergarten. Yeah, some stretchy, comfortable trousers I can pick. Kindergarten, I'll pick the children up a lot, so something that I can move around in and crawl around on the floor in.